撮ったらダメ。
いいじゃないですか。これからたくさん撮るんですから。
それはそうだけど。
はーい、目線ください。
はーい、カイトくん。昨日のこと以外で質問があります。
何です？
一体誰に振られたんですか？
それは。
誰？
嘘ですよ、嘘。振られてなんかいません。
本当に？
本当ですってば。
じゃあ好きな人はいないの？
それは。
わかった、谷川さんでしょう。今日だって一緒にいたし。
違います。
じゃあ北原さん？
違いますって。
じゃあ、もしかして私だったり。なんて。あれ？
Hello, Mina. Orewa Trainer desu, and welcome back to Trat's Reviews. Today, I am reviewing Natsu de Maru, as I promised after doing Anohana. So, while Anohana was more about death, I'd say that Natsu is more about life. The main character has a thing for videotaping things, as you saw in the intro clip I decided to use. And him and a bunch of his classmates have decided to make a movie over the course of summer. The main heroine of this movie happens to be a girl who just moved in, and who is actually an alien. No, there's no spoilers with me saying that because they reveal that within the first episode, so yay! Free info for you guys. Natsu does a lot of things well, and then decides to throw weird things in there as well. So, in Anohana, you have the love pentagon that I was talking about before. And that's back in here, pretty much. Well, it's more of a weird... Okay, like, with the pentagon, you have, like, the branch and then it goes down like this. But in this case, even though, yeah, it's a pentagon, it's practically a circle. So that was interesting in the middle of the series where all the characters are having issues because they're either loving someone else, or being loved by someone else that they don't really want to be loved by. Yeah. Nothing beats complications like a romance comedy, eh? I did enjoy the series. However, the ending... I shouldn't have to wait for the last 3 seconds of a series to know how it's going to end. Literally, the last 3 seconds of the credits completely changed the ending, which makes me a tad upset, because I know a lot of people who, once the credits roll, they're done with it, which means that for them, the series would have a completely different ending than if you actually sat through and finished watching the credits. I don't think a series should ever require you... I don't want to say that a series shouldn't require you to watch the credits, but a lot of series I've noticed of late have extra stuff after the credits for who knows whatever reason. I don't get it, but I'm not a movie/anime producer, so I guess I'm just stuck with having to deal with it. I have hair in my eye. There we go, got it. Like, it's kind of weird, because usually when you have a romance comedy, it also tends to be a harem. But in this case, it's not a harem, you just have the weird love circle thing going on. So it's a lot different from most other romance comedies, in my opinion, as a result from that. Which makes this kind of weird for me. Okay, so I did enjoy the series. I believe I marathoned it over the course of 2 days at the end. But I don't really feel that a whole lot happened, which makes it a lot harder for me to review, because everything that happens in the series happens over the course of the summer vacation, but considering it's only like 12 episodes long or whatever, not a whole lot really happens. I mean, like, normally, in a romance comedy, nothing happens, and that's how it's supposed to go. But in this case, stuff did happen, but I felt like it didn't. Like, considering a romance is involved, I don't want to just start, like, saying how it goes, because then there's no point in watching the series. It's like, oh, so these people got together, and these people got together, and then happy fun times. Yay! But it's a lot harder for me in this case, because there's a lot of changes going on. And like I said, because of the fact that you have the love circle pentagon thing going on, each character is like switching between the two people adjacent to them in this love polygon thing. I believe I said pentagon at the end. Polygon. At least not as bad as me saying pentagram. That's the worst. But it's just because of the fact that each character is doing this for a good chunk of the series, and then things start getting resolved within the last episode, and then the ending changed 3 times in the last episode. You're like, oh, this is going to be a happy ending. Well, now it's going to be a sad ending. And now it's a happy ending. And now it's a sad ending. I mean, there are good ways and bad ways to handle changing the ending. For example, Clanad, in my opinion. I really enjoyed Clanad because of the fact that it was able to uphold the story even after dropping major bombs in the center of its plot. I really like that. But I just can't get behind changing the mood and the ending of the story multiple times. I just can't do it. I just can't. So, I mean, like, the animation's good. The sound's okay. But the plot and the character development's fine too. I'm fine with the character development. Perfectly happy with the character development. But it's the gosh darn plot that keeps tripping me up here, because it changed so many times. Whatever. Okay. This is going to be a shorter review, because I have to edit out a bunch of times where I'm just sitting here thinking. Like, I did enjoy it. And if I was to give it a rating between 1 being terrible and 10 being amazing, I still have to give it a 7 like Anohana. Because, okay, there's a really big argument in the... Well, I shouldn't say that big argument, but there is an argument in the anime community as to which is better, Anohana and Natsu. And for me personally, I have to go with Anohana, even though the endings of both series, in my opinions, are kind of flawed. But if I were to give it a rating between 1 being terrible and 10 being amazing, I still have to give it the 6.5/7 that I gave Anohana, simply because of the fact that they're both okay series. It's just that for me personally, I can't get behind that ending. Because for me, character development and the plot / the ending are the most important things to me. And while there was some character development, that ending is just incredibly rough in my opinion. Like, whenever you are working on any kind of social medium, you should always be able to have a solid guess as to how the end of the series should be, because of the fact that the story itself will hint towards the ending for you. But if a series in the last couple episodes are going to sit there and flip back and forth and make it a complete and total mystery so that I have no idea what's going to happen, I don't like that. I know there are a couple people who, there are people who enjoy a mystery ending, but a mystery ending, in my opinion, makes it feel like the entire plot was a waste. But again, this is just my opinion. It's my review. If you have your own opinion, go ahead and stick in the comments below. I would love to hear it. But like I said, for me personally, I just can't really get behind that ending. I mean, am I satisfied with the ending that you ultimately get in the last 3 seconds of credits? Sure, I'm fine with it. It's just that the road to getting there at the end was kind of rough, in my opinion. If anything, I think an extra episode would be nice. Now, it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible there's an OVA or something that I just didn't see because of the fact that Crunchyroll doesn't have that in the list. It's entirely possible, in which case, I guess my opinion just went up if they fixed it with a movie or something. But going just off of the anime, it's rough for me. Like I said, I know that other people, like, I'm half of my rating is my own opinion, and then half of it is the fact that based on its own individual qualities. Like I said, the animation is good and the sound is good. I just have a really rough time with the ending, so I'm still giving it a 7 like I did on Hana. I mean, it's a okay slash good anime, and there's no reason to not watch it. So that's the thing. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. If you have anything you want me to review, please stick it in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, Jana.